Another issue is Osun State. We saw what happened over the weekend, where the First Lady of Nigeria, Mrs. Remi Tinubu, was given a chieftaincy title in Ife. Was given chieftaincy title by the Oni, of Ife, you know. And so it was a grand occasion, a grand reception, a grand event that was put together by the Oni of Ife and the First Lady, where different dignitaries were invited from all over the country, prominent individuals from all over the countries, like the Sultan of Sokoto, like the Olu of Warri, former President Olusegun Obasanjo, former First Lady Mrs. Patience Jonathan. It was such a grand event. But what now went viral, you know, was a video clip where we saw the governor of Ife is in Osun State. So naturally, the governor of Osun State, His Excellency Ademola Adeleke, would be the one to receive, being the governor of the host state, will be the one to receive those people. So there was a point where the governor was making an address. The governor was once referred to as the dancing senator, and now is the dancing governor. So he loves music, he loves singing and dancing. So at the point in his remarks, he was singing, and then the First Lady seemed upset by the fact that the governor was singing, and as if he was wasting time. So in the video, you could see a point where she was talking to the Oni of Ife, as if to express her frustration, and the gestures of the Oni appears to suggest that he too was at a loss on what was going on. So the First Lady took it upon herself to now go and more or less chastise the governor.
Which kind of internal temperature. You're right.
For wasting time, and he said he gave the governor 5 minutes, and then when she stepped out again, the governor started singing again, and he came out and said he's going to put off the mic. The funny thing is that when you look at the video, the podium was there was a banner on it, engraving on the podium that says seal of the state governor. So the state governor, I think, was the highest ranking individual in that, highest ranking official in that event. I don't think any of the leadership of the Senate were there. I don't think so. So he was the highest ranking elected official there. It is by my own assessment, And then we have been, if let's say you had the presidency there, or elected members of the presidency there, then you will not have that mark of seal of the state governor. You could have the seal of the presidency and stuff. So being the highest ranking elected official there, the podium was appropriately marked seal of the state governor. And here the state governor was giving a speech and the first lady came. The first lady is not an elected position, and it's been variously argued that there's no provision in the constitution for the office of the first lady, you know, and as such, she didn't really have an authority by which she would walk up to an elected governor and ask the governor to hasten up, and you more like a threat of, okay, I'll put up the mic and stuff like that, you know. And so it went viral, and there are a lot of videos from previous instances. The first lady, apart from being before she became first lady of Nigeria, she was first lady of Lagos State when her husband was the governor of Lagos State, and then she went on to become senator of the Federal Republic. you know and so there are various accounts, videos when she was senator of the Federal Republic, and she was in committee meetings, at the plenary, and a number of things that she said. So a lot of those videos have been replaying, to speak to the temperament of the first lady, to show that she barely hides what she feels, and she would, you know, really speak up when she feels that things are not going well, even in a public forum, you know. So that has been debated and all. What I would just say is that, the governor, Ademola Adeleke, is an amiable, you know, people like the governor, someone like him who sings, who dances, who, takes time to have a jolly time, you know. And as he's doing all that, he was senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and is governor of Osun State. He may take time to be jovial and dance and sing and all that, but he's a respected elder in the Nigerian state. He's a respected elder, someone who has, held himself to a high standard. People talk of, oh, he's demeaning the office by dancing, he's demeaning the office by, me, I don't buy all of that. Yeah, I don't see him demeaning the office by dancing. Well, where is it in the rules that one cannot dance or sing? Haven't you seen in public events where they are singing on your mandate? Did you not see when there was a conference of judges and then the song of on your mandate was playing? Haven't you seen situations whereby songs are played? You know, the Wike and his band, Fobara, and all that. So I don't buy it that because he sings and dances that he's not a serious person. That's not true. He's a senator, you know, and he did well by his people. He's a governor and he's doing his best. You know. Governor Ademola Adeleke has faced a lot of challenges as governor. He's faced challenge. First, he faced when he was senator, he tried to become governor, and the first time he did not win. He went back again, you know, defeated an incumbent governor, and he's been making strides. Today, we see that he has joined the Accord party, and I've made an analysis of it that what he did today is not a surprise to me. In short, it's expected because one, he has left PDP. PDP is in crisis. um and the governor, the you see that PDP, they've done their primaries to pick a candidate for the next election that will take place in Osun State. APC is going about the same process. There's a timeline, a very, he doesn't have much time, so he cannot wait for PDP to put his house in order before he now decides, oh, where to go. There's a high risk for any candidates to pick PDP now. It's a high risk because the courts have not decided on that convention. The courts have not. Yes, the Oyo State High Court said convention is legal, you can go ahead, but it's likely to be appealed. The case is likely to go to Supreme Court. Supreme Court have not said that Turaki led chairman of the PDP that is the rightful chairman. Supreme Court has not said that. So if you now want to use the PDP, you can just even go ahead and win the election. The case will go to Supreme Court. Supreme Court will say the convention that brought Turaki was null and void, and any process, anything that was supervised, is just like you say you build something or nothing. When you build something on illegality, then all becomes null and void. You understand? So there's high risk if anyone uses PDP as it is now. For anybody to compete under PDP now for gubernatorial race is high risk. And so he doesn't have the time to wait for PDP to put his house in order. The other option was for him to go to APC, and he could not go to APC. The reason is that APC has strong people in the state. The Osun State is the home state of President Tinubu. The former governor of Osun State is related to President Tinubu. you know. So the leadership, APC leadership in Osun State, they are very strong. you know. It will be a trap if the governor leaves PDP to APC. What if he now goes to APC and loses in the primaries, which is very possible? He loses in the primaries in APC and you've lost out of, you now become a lame duck governor. you know. So there's high risk of him going to APC because he will not be the leader of APC in his state. He will not, because you have federal might there. Think of the Akwa Ibom situation where Pastor Umo Eno, governor, left PDP to APC. As it is now, Umo Eno is not the leader of APC in Akwa Ibom State. It is the Senate President, Godswill Akpabio, that is the leader of APC in Akwa Ibom State. He is, and that is why you see now that Umo Eno in some ways is now trying to kowtow to what the Akpabio people want. you know. So the good thing for Umo Eno is that he still has time. It is till 2027 where he goes for re-election. He still has time to put some things in order, but Ademola Adeleke doesn't have that time. And if Ademola Adeleke joins APC, it's going to be a trap. So he couldn't stay in PDP, he can't join APC, and then the other option was to join ADC. ADC as it is now is still on shaking footing. Things are still shaky. It's not really stable as according to statement attributed to Peter Obi. ADC is having its own issues, but the key thing is ADC main goal is to unseat President Tinubu. The goal of ADC is not to win a governorship seat in Osun State. Check all the recent elections that are taking place. ADC has not made any good showing. It's understandable, it's a new party, they are still trying to get their way, but the main goal of ADC is to unseat Tinubu. So anybody joining ADC, Tinubu, President Tinubu's camp sees the person as enemy number one. So if Ademola Adeleke should join ADC, right, he's going to make himself an enemy of President Tinubu. And what will happen? ADC wants to unseat Tinubu, and Tinubu sees that ADC is my number one enemy. So if Ademola Adeleke joins ADC, he is going to suffer collateral damage. He may end up losing because the Osun state election will happen before 2027. As a matter of fact, it will happen next year. You understand? So there is a high risk of him losing when he joins ADC, because federal might will be put into opposing ADC. So it's risky. ADC is still new. They are still on very shaky grounds. Yes, ADC has a former governor of Osun State, Ralph Arigbosola, as the national secretary, you know, and all that. But we know that even the Arigbosola camp in Osun State, some one or two key members left, you know. So it's not all settled there. So he left, he can't stay in PDP, he can't go to ADC, he can't go to APC. So he has to choose another party. Choosing Accord Party, which he has done today, is Accord Party doesn't really have a strong national agenda to unseat Tinubu. Remember when Ademola Adeleke was still in PDP, he and his PDP people in Osun State, they've already endorsed Tinubu for 2027. The only thing they did not do was to move to APC, but they've already endorsed Tinubu for 2027. So having done that, you don't expect him to go and join a party that is opposed to Tinubu. So he has to go to an Accord Party which doesn't really have a good national spread, and which doesn't pose a threat to Tinubu. So he can now go to Tinubu and say, see, let's do Soludo model, like what Soludo did in Anambra State. Soludo stayed in Abga and is supporting President Tinubu, and Soludo won with Abga. So he can go to Tinubu and say, see, I just want to be governor again, and you know that I have my people supporting me. 2027, I'm going to support you to win re-election. What I just want you to do is that I didn't join ADC. I didn't join your party. But see, my main goal is to win re-election in Osun. If I win, if you help me win, come 2027, I'm going to support you. So you can have that kind of arrangement with the president, and then join a Accord Party. And it's important for him to be in good terms with the president, because somebody can just bring a lawsuit or something and say Accord Party one thing. Maybe there's somebody who wanted to contest under Accord Party, and the person has been chanced, and the person will now come and say will now go to court and all that, and we know how the court system is now. So it does appear that Ademola Adeleke has been planning this for some time, because we see that he joined it 6th of November. He had resigned from PDP. He resigned from PDP, if I remember well, around about 4th of November. That's when he resigned from PDP. 2 days later, he joined Accord Party, which was the 6th, but he kept it secret. He kept his resignation from PDP secret till about a month later when he revealed it. And he kept his moving to Accord Party secret until this time, where they have to do a primaries, and of course he has to emerge as the candidate of Accord Party. So we can see that Ademola Adeleke is serious. He has weighed his cards. He's held his cards to his chest for as long as he could, and he has taken this move, which is smart, which is very strategic. So if you like, you say he's dancing, he's singing, he's not serious, but I think he's serious by the actions he has taken. And according to what they said, himself and the first lady, they are close. You know, they were once together in the Senate. You know, they are from the Southwest, and probably family affiliations and all that. You know, they are close. It's possible if you look at what Dele Momodu said. Dele Momodu said that, Dele Momodu supported Atiku in the 2023 elections. You know, he did not support President Tinubu, candidate Tinubu of APC, and that the first lady then, before they won, Tinubu's wife, Mrs. Remi Tinubu, when he saw Dele Momodu, who is a publisher of Ovation magazine, and you know, a ace journalist, you know, and established public figure, politician, he has run for president before and all that. You know, when she saw Dele Momodu at a public function, she was like, "Oh, so you don't want to campaign for my husband, you don't want to support my husband," and she just took offense with that. Even when he tried to explain to her that he is of the PDPs in opposition party and stuff like that. You know, so Dele Momodu was making the point that the first lady has acted in that manner. So if you go by that, you would want to suspect the first lady would have known that Ademola Adeleke was not coming to APC. He left the PDP 4th of November and has joined Accord Party since 6th of November. So the first lady would have known that this person is not coming to join my husband in APC and all that. Would there be some frustration? Maybe there's some personal beef that has developed recently. They could be friends, but they may be having some personal grievances. Because I tell you, if the governor was really, really in very good terms with, they may be friendly in the past. But if they were really, really in good terms, I don't think she would have done this, what she did. I don't think, even though, when people say, you say somebody has temperament issue, you just like somebody that they say has anger issue. You have anger issue, you will not try it in a military checkpoint now. If you get to a military checkpoint, if you're a passenger in a vehicle and get to a military checkpoint, even if you have anger issue, you control yourself when you're in the military checkpoint. No matter the issues you have, there are certain circumstances that you have to comport yourself. So I think if they were in very good terms in recent times, I don't think this would have happened. As for the governor, Ademola Adeleke, he is facing a number of challenge, right? He's really facing serious challenges. One, he has to leave PDP, the party that he has been in as a senator, the party that helped him to become governor. He has been active in PDP. He didn't really want to leave, but he has to leave. He had to leave the PDP. The councils, the local government councils in Osun State, they're having problem in terms of funding, federal government withholding funds. The Supreme Court judgment they gave recently was not really in favor of the governor, so he had that issue to deal with. Then you have the issue of him trying to look for a party to join, and so imagine that, just think of this scenario, that I am Ademola Adeleke. um I've been doing my best as governor, but I have these challenges. You go to an event of somebody you are not really in current good terms, which I think so. I don't think they are currently in very good terms. And you find yourself, you know, you don't really have much to say but to sing. Yes, because you have a situation by, okay, let's say now they are friends, right? And so probably the governor has been trying to lobby the presidency through her, you know. so as to get the right support that she would need to run again. You know, that has been playing out, and probably that wasn't going too well. So maybe the governor feels I'm not really getting support from the presidency as I should have. You know, he's facing these challenges. Then he's now made to speak when she's been awarded and this thing. And there's really no, he does, you know, what you speak out of the abundance of your heart. If you are happy with somebody, when you want to talk about that person, your words will flow. But if you are not happy with the person and you just want to waste time, what will you do? You just sing songs. Those songs you were singing, those I don't understand Yoruba, but those things have meaning. Maybe you know Yorubas are very good in proverbs and in way of trying to you know. So the way he was singing, even when she first told him continue the singing, you know, it could just be damn it, I'm just going to do my thing. This is, you just resorted to doing that. So there are a number of scenarios that could have played out why that thing happened like that. But being that as it may, is a respected figure, is a respectable figure. Is from the popular Adeleke family, and he has held his own. He has held his own. He's been senator, he's governor, you know. He's a respectable figure. He deserves to be respected as a person, you know. As a person, deserves to be respected. As a governor, he deserves to be respected. He did not deserve that. For sure, he did not deserve that. So for me, I see Governor Ademola Adeleke as a serious person. And the circumstances that played out because of what has been going on. At the end of the day, I respect Governor Ademola Adeleke. I don't really know much about Osun states and all that. I'm not there, but I respect him as a person. However the election goes, win or lose, whether he wins the election or not, he has done well. He has stood against headwinds that threatened to derail him from becoming governor, headwinds to that threatened his re-election bid, and he has held his own. And as a dancing senator, dancing governor, dance on, my governor, much respect.